just jamming to moments ago called Constant Dread, which features some gnarly vocals from Brendan from Counterparts. So, how did that feature kind of come about? Because your vocals together go incredibly well.
Yeah, thank you very much. Brendan, um, we first heard Counterparts a long time ago, but we played with them on a couple of Warp tours. And in 2017, um, they're just funny guys in general. And we were hanging out backstage at Warp Tour where all the buses and the vans and the bandwagons are parked. And they thought it would be funny to do Counterparts karaoke one night. And they saw me standing over there and they played one of our own songs, Nikki FM, and threw me the microphone. And I'm typically not like the life of the party type guy. You know what I mean? I'm like a really reserved, laid back guy. And one of the best parts about it was it kind of got me out of my shell, and not to take everything so serious. And like, I'm not a guy that wants to just be standing backstage singing our own songs. That's not like my sort of thing. And then they were like crowd surfing me around the entire Warp
Oh,
Tour
wow.
staff and
It's like a
everything like
180
that.
for you.
Yeah, yeah. It was just it was funny. So, like that kind of brought us closer together and kind of loosened me up and everything like that. And we'd never done a vocal feature or anything like that. And like we were like, all right, well, let's, this is one of the heaviest breakdowns we've written. Let's get one of our friends who actually is a full-time screamer on this. And he just did a great job. We're super stoked about it.
Yeah, it seems like everyone is as well. And I wanted to let you know, as we were playing the song prior to bringing you on the show, people were absolutely loving it. They loved it the other day when we played it. So, yeah, everyone's definitely eating it up. I just want to say, I personally
Awesome.
really like the album title because I've had days where I feel like the rain is following me absolutely everywhere. Just those days where you feel like nothing's kind of going your way and that storm cloud's always above you. So, I'd love to know more about what the title means to you guys and why you decided to go with that one.
Yeah, that's kind of the general vibe. You just, when you think about how life can go from time to time, and it seems like just when you get way more rainy days than you get sunny days in your life. And we just kind of want to let everybody know that we all go through that. It's not just them. And that's one of the big things that we always try to portray in our music is that we stand right beside where our fans are, where they're living. We're living right there with you. We're not like above you or anything like that. And yeah, it just seems like, general life in America is like work as hard as you can every day of the year. And maybe you get 1 year to go to the beach or something on vacation and it rains 3 of those days. You know what I mean? Like that, it
Oh,
just
yeah.
seems like that's what reality is for us here in America. We work so hard, no matter what you do, you're just trained to like almost work and then you die. That's it. So we're trying to like switch that.
Break
And I
that
think
mold.
we're trying to break that mold. And I think that's one thing that kind of the pandemic and COVID has taught people. And we wrote this before that. So this isn't even about that. But yeah, it's just like let's try and work towards our happiness. It always seems like there's this black cloud over top of us and black cloud over top of everybody else. So let's create our own sunny days. That's kind of what it's about.
I love that message so much. Now, when it comes to the actual launch of everything, there are some awesome merch items available for the new record, from sweaters to t-shirts. You have vinyl, even beanies and toques. So, do you have any cool or treasured merch from other bands that you love or things that you've kept over the years?
Yeah, definitely. One of my favorite shirts is we like one of my favorite bands growing up and one of my favorite bands right now is Blink 182.
Awesome.
They've always like been a really fun band for me. And fortunately for us, we were able to play a couple shows with them when they came back with their California album. And the first thing that I did was bought my own T-shirt to a show I was playing because it had my name on it and my favorite band's name on it, and I knew that was the only time it was really probably ever going to exist. And I wear that shirt all the time, and it means so much to me. So that's just something that I've kept, and I'll probably wear it till it has holes in it, and you know, it's just awesome. It's awesome to have that sort of opportunity, and I'm so excited about it. I still wear it, once every 2 weeks or something like that. It still makes me smile.
I have those shirts that I'll never ever get rid of. Like I went to see the used when I was 8 years old, and literally that thing was like a dress. It was a dress on me back then. Now I can wear it as a normal t-shirt. And I always look down. I'm just like, it makes you happy for some reason.
Yeah,
The nostalgia,
memories. Yeah, it's great.
100%. Well, the band recently shared a photograph and with a caption that I loved. It just said, "Still active, still not a phase. Hashtag Hawthorne Heights. Hashtag emo." I was such an emo kid growing up, but I'll always be. It's forever a part of you. So for you,
Yeah.
what comes to mind when you hear that word, the word emo?
When I hear emo, I remember the days when like it was a negative connotation. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It was like, ah, they're just an emo band. But we've always kind of embraced it because we grew up listening to incredible bands in the genre like Jimmy Eat World and Mineral and like so many people who kind of like started everything. And it was that, even though we all sound totally different, it was that real, that sadness, that just real life lyrics and stuff like that. And like, that's what emo means to me. And, we've always kind of championed it almost to the point that it's funny sometimes. But yeah, it's like it means something different to everybody. And like you see like the revival, you see the younger bands starting to like be kind of influenced by bands like us. And it's super weird, but super awesome at the same time to kind of feel like an emo forefather or
Yeah,
grandfather or elder emo,
grandfather.
whatever it is. And it's like to hear other people say that is cool because that's not something we would ever say about ourselves. We're just not those type of people. You know what I mean? Like we created this. We did not create this. We were just within it. Um, but it's awesome. Like it's our history. Like I try to explain it to like our our generation and the newer generation is kind of snarky and sarcastic, but our parents' generation are like really like I guess a little bit more thoughtful. Like they're not making fun of classic rock bands. If they grew up
Right.
listening to Led Zeppelin, they will listen to Led Zeppelin forever. Whereas we move on quickly and make fun of the stuff that we used to listen to, which does not create like a new version of classic rock. So,
Very true.
so it's kind of awesome to see people like now going old school and throwing it back and like emo night and Matt Cutshaw making it more relevant again on the internet and on social media and stuff like that. So it's like it's nice to see everything portrayed in a positive light without it looking like dated and antiquated or anything like that. Like these were great songs then, they're great songs now. Like popularity is not really something that matters. The radio is kind of irrelevant when it comes to stuff like that. There's no MTV, so it's awesome to like just I guess consider this like emo classic rock basically. It's
Yes.
cool. It's weird. It's fun.
It's fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing one of your next photographs with hashtag elderly emo, definitely.
Definitely. I might, maybe I'll get a cane or a walker or
Yeah,
whatever. But
work it.
yeah,
Well, the last thing I wanted to ask you about is just I know that you've been really into Cobra Kai, saw you mention it the other day. So I just wanted to ask, what are some of your favorite shows to binge watch? One that can just come on and you know you're not going to leave that couch for a while?
for sure. Yeah, Cobra Kai, Karate Kid. I'm at the age where Karate Kid hit me personally. Um, it's just a movie that I'll remember forever. Like during that time period, The Karate Kid and Back to the Future and The Goonies and everything in that sort of thing is my wheelhouse. And it just seemed like there was something that had a lot of heart to it. And when you try to remake something or try to add to that property, it's not always a great thing. Sometimes things are better left in the past. But Cobra Kai gets it right. Everything about it, it's like the best, most modernized version of something that you love, without like ruining the past. So that's definitely something that I'm super into. Um, I like regular things, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Office, stuff like that. But
Favorite show of all time.
Yeah, I've been really into a show right now called Atypical.
Okay.
Um, it's super good. I've just finished, or I'm about to finish rewatching a show called 6 Feet Under that for some reason I missed in the early 2000s, and it's definitely looks like it's rooted in the early 2000s, but it's cool. I enjoy it. I like a lot of horror movie stuff, so anything
Okay.
in that world is cool with me. But yeah,
Some top picks in there. Some really good ones.
I
Well,
try.
you try. You succeed. Well, JT, I want to say thank you so much for coming on here for discussing the new record and everything on the horizon. It's been a delight being able to pick your brain. So thank you so much for joining us
Yeah.
today.
Well, thank you so much for having me and for talking about rock music and being on the internet and just having a great time with it. That's what this whole kind of circular thing is, that we all got to just have fun with each other. So I appreciate you
Right.
having me on and playing our songs and listening to us. We love it. Thank you so much.
Of course, absolutely, anytime. Everyone, this has been JT from Hawthorne Heights. Be sure to grab their upcoming record, The Rain Just Follows Me, coming out September 10th. And again, massive thank you, JT. Talk soon.
Awesome. Thank you guys.